What up, YouTube? Jonathan here, and somehow, some way, you've stumbled into the trumpet dungeon. Donald's Trumpets, vintage horns. What up? Did he say Donald's Trumpets? Well, as a matter of fact, I did. So what happened is my dad, Donald, when he passed, and God rest his soul, left me a lot of really cool vintage horns. So I decided to create a channel in his honor to catalog these. And I believe this channel will evolve over time. I started playing trumpet this year. It's been about 6.5 months now, and I'm loving the journey, and I think everybody should play. It's so cool. I've been doing a lot of comparison videos, but eventually I'd like to start getting into some tricks and tactics that I'm learning on restoration, etc., as I'm going throughout this process. But what are we looking at today? Today we're looking at something that's not as popular as a lot of the old vintage horns. This is a Blessing B-141, and I'm doing this off the cuff. I'm gonna put this up online for sale, and let's take a look. This is a 477,000 serial number, so I'm just gonna do a real quick check here to see Blessing and see what the 477,000. Let's see here. So according to my chart here, is that 470? Yeah, 447. Yeah, so it doesn't have it on here. Oh, 477. So I would say this is going to be after the 1980s, as I drop my book on the floor. So this, I wouldn't really consider this as much vintage now that I'm thinking about it. So probably 1980s horn, but a great horn. I'm telling you, these things are cheap. They definitely are. Like I said, they don't garner the same reputation as like a box Stradivarius would. But I love this thing. I picked it up and immediately was able to just hit the high notes easily, navigate through. And it's got a different look to it as well. You'll notice this thing with the lead pipe coming in here, there might be some reasoning to why they do it, but it might just be marketing. Just look like a crazy lead pipe that's gonna make your air more efficient. You'll notice it has the shepherd's crook on the back. But yeah, you can see, I guess they're about as wide now that I'm looking at this. It's so interesting. This one looks so much bigger, but I think ultimately the wrap is going to be pretty similar. But so it has that unique type of lead pipe wrap coming in here, and it's almost like a radiator. But I like it. It feels compact, definitely in the hands, etc. It's got this nice little trigger here. I don't really use these too much, but I'm still new to the horn, right? So this slide right here seems extremely long for this third valve slide. But without further ado, let's jump into this one and let's get your opinion. I've been doing Chris Bodie, When I Fall in Love. It's something that I've been practicing. I like his tone. I think it's nice to play and it's easy. So let's jump in. Whoa. Oh, by the way, I'm playing on an unnamed ancient cornet mouthpiece. This reminds me of, I think Holton had some, like a 36 that's similar to this, but this does produce a deep tone. Not gonna lie there, so it will affect the tone somewhat, but I'll use the same mouthpiece on both this and the committee. So high register, definitely easier for me than the committee. I can tell you that right away. Let's do C scale. So for my novice self, being able to hit that. Not fun to pass out here. But yeah, being able to hit that note is definitely easier. Let's jump into that C, that high C right there. See what I got. So it is harder. There is no doubt about it. But let's jump in. Let's see, play a couple riffs. I don't want to waste all of your time playing it over again, but. If I was, okay, so I'm usually going to be partial to this Martin Committee. I love the horn. It's harder to hit the high notes, I'm not going to lie. If my reputation was on the line, I'd probably use this one. But all in all, I'm going to pick this one. However, if I was meeting somebody, a new student especially, and wanted them to have the easiest learning curve possible, I would go with the Blessing B-141 all day, every day. It's an amazing horn. It really is. It plays so nice. Look, it's got this little choke thing here too, on where the main where the bell comes in and connects to the first valve. But yeah, I would pick the Martin Committee, all things being equal. But the cost of this, the playability of this, is going to win out every day. So Blessing B-141. What do you think? If you like it, send me some info if you want to add to my knowledge of this instrument. If you want to buy it, shoot me a note. And oh, by the way, you made it already. We're almost at 8 minutes. So apparently you like Jonathan or you like brass. And I'm gonna guess you like vintage brass, but you might like me too, maybe. But click that subscribe button. There's so much content to be released. I mean, you're gonna miss out on it. And also, I want to build a community. Like, I have fallen in love with these things. Take them to bed. And by the way, that's what's gonna answer the question. Which horn do you take to bed with you? It's gonna be this one. But yeah, I've fallen in love with playing and love the community and want to build a community. It's not all about myself. This is in honor of my dad. And yeah, carry on the tradition. It's really an amazing thing. So see you on the next one, I guess. Kind of running out of steam. Oh, there we go. How deep the rabbit hole goes. Subscribe.